Hey everybody! Well, today I thought we could take a look at another one of these really cool Lego Indiana Jones sets. So this is the Escape from the Lost Tomb, set number 77013, and it has 600 pieces exactly. So this is really cool. I already did a video for the Temple of the Golden Idol set, which was the flagship, and then this is the next one. So this is based on the scene when Indy and Salah, his friend, go down and discover the Ark, so you'll be able to actually build the Ark of the Covenant right there. And then later on, Marion gets thrown down there, and then they're dealing with the snakes. So it has a bunch of the snakes that come with this set, and then it has a couple of action features, which I really like. So back here, you'll see that it has this whole statue will collapse like it did in the movie when the whole room starts to fall apart. And then, let's see, what else? There's some areas in here where the snakes will come out. Remember how the snakes were coming out of the wall in that movie? And then this mummy will pop out. Somehow it pops out in there. That's the scene when Marion gets just surrounded by a bunch of mummies. So it should be a pretty neat little set, and I can't wait to start building it. Starting with the minifigures now, we have Salah and the mummy, and really good printing on both of these. Salah does look like the actor who played him. And then the mummy, I love all those torn wrappings and everything on there, and the face. Very, very cool. Here on the side, we can see that there's not any printing or anything, but on the back, more of the wrappings for the mummy. And then Salah has that striped shirt. There's no alternate faces on either of these guys, but it makes sense since, well, the mummy doesn't have anything covering his head. Here we have Indiana Jones and Marion, and I love the expression on Marion's face. It's really cool. The nice torch that she's carrying, the dress, I like that they have it torn like she got it torn in the movie. And then, well, actually Indiana Jones tore it. And then another great figure of Indiana Jones, I think it's the same one that we get in the Golden Idol set, but he's got his whip, his gun, the two-piece hair and hat. You know, they're like dual molded, which is really cool that they did that. Here we can see Marion's hair and the dress design on the back, and Indy's backpack that he's carrying, and of course his trusty whip. And then both of these two have alternate faces as well. And just flipping their hairpiece, we can see they both have a more stern look on their face. So it's nice that they give you a couple different poses for their facial expressions. And here is the set itself, and I love it. I love this thing. I had only intended to get the Golden Idol set just because, I don't know, that was the main flagship set. But the more I kept looking at this one, I realized I needed to have this one too. You know, relatively small set and diorama. They've covered quite a bit in here. I mean, that whole scene just takes place in that room. But they've covered it pretty good just in this little venue, or vignette, I guess. You have the two huge Anubis statues, which were really fun to build. A few little stickers to enhance their look. There's quite a few stickers in this set, but not, you know, a bunch. But it covers everything. The nice little arch, you can see the Ark of the Covenant back there, a whole bunch of snakes on the ground. I'll get some close-ups of all of this so we can check all of it out. Some nice detail on that back wall. As we go around the back here, well, actually, that's a nice side view of it, too. A couple little fun little, well, there's at least one fun little Easter egg they put in there, which I'll show you in just a minute. Here's the back. There's another fun feature back here, and even through this little archway, you can see some cool-looking stuff going on in there. And there's another fun feature with that. And here's the other side of it. All right, so let's take a look at all the fun things that we can do with this. First of all, let's take a look at the Ark of the Covenant itself. So it was fun building this thing. I kind of wish, I mean, it looks good. You can see there's a couple of stickers, one on each side here to add some detail. But I do kind of wish that they would have done something better with the cherubs up here. It would have been nice if they had some specialized pieces to show the wings, you know, how they're kind of coming together towards each other. Instead, they chose to use these, they're like the handles for buckets that they usually use those for. And I guess it kind of gets the message across. But I don't know, it would have been kind of cool if they did something better with it. That's what the bottom looks like, and they got the nice little handles so that Salah and Indy can carry it out. Now these Anubis statues turned out really nice. As I mentioned, they were really fun to build. I think they're both exactly the same with each other, but I love the head, the way that they shaped that. It looks very much like him. The mouth you can open and close like that. And then we also have the collar. Those stickers, like I mentioned, they really enhance the look of this. I wish I would have put those two closer together. I didn't really think about it till after I had already placed them on there, but it's very well done. I really like this thing. Now that you can tell here that it's on a little pivot, or like a little rotation turntable thing. So you can position these whichever way you want, which is kind of cool. The back of these really don't look all that great. They're not really finished, but that's usually the case for some of these kinds of things. And most people aren't going to be positioning them backwards anyway. This one here, exactly the same, and it also has a rotation on it. And this one has a special feature right here. You can see the little knob. I'll show you that in just a second. Now, down here we have all these snakes. Haha, I love it. All the snakes that we saw in that room. I kind of wish it would have came with some more of these. I mean, that whole room was just filled with them on the floor. But in fact, I ordered some more on eBay, so I plan on putting more in here. But those torches look really cool. If you recall in that scene, there's a bunch of torches in there that they tried to keep the snakes away and light up that room. So that's really well done right there. We got this nice little arch, and through the arch we see the Ark of the Covenant down inside there. And then there's a couple of sarcophaguses, I think, or maybe they were just, I don't remember. I went back and watched that movie and I didn't really pay attention to that, but you can see that they have some stickers in there to represent their like mummy cases. So those look really neat. Love the hieroglyphics on the wall. Those were stickers as well. But I also like the texturing that they did. There's a little bit of exposed brick as well as these kind of brownish colors, like the paint had worn off from the paintings on the wall, and a few little holes and rough parts. There's a hole over there on that side. So I think that's really well done. And then on this side we have some more hieroglyphics. Maybe if I can get the light on it a little better, you can kind of see what's going on there. And I also like the little eyes peeking out of the bottom. That's really cool. Here's the side view. Kind of get a nice view of it. And then on the back, there's a little bit of stuff going on back here. There's another fun feature I'll show you. And down inside here, we can see there is more peering eyes watching through a hole in the wall. And that's another part that was done with a sticker that you can see right there. But that's really cool how they did all that. And there's another fun feature right here, and there's another one here. I'll show you that when we get to that point. But I think this is really well done. I mean, they did a good job on all of this overall. On the side of this arch, there's some more hieroglyphics, and there's a sticker that goes there, and I think they did try to make those look as close as they did in the movie. But now, what's really funny is on the left side here, for those of you who don't know, there's a fun little Easter egg in Raiders of the Lost Ark. So the scene where Indy and Salah are about ready to pull the Ark out of the that little concrete sarcophagus that it was in, if you look closely on the side of Indy, on the left side, and it happens really quick, so you're going to have to freeze frame it because Salah steps right in front of it, but on the column is an engraved C-3PO and R2-D2 in the hieroglyphics, and Lego actually put that in here on this sticker, and I think that is fantastic. You can see them right there, and it is in the movie. It was a fun little joke that Steven Spielberg put in there because of the popularity of Star Wars at the time, and he and George Lucas were friends, and George Lucas, I think he wrote this movie, and I think he produced it as well. So there it is in Lego form. I think that is so cool that they put that in there. I'll put a quick little screen grab in here so you can see what it looked like in the movie. Alright, so one of the first features that we can show you here is this section right here. Now, if you recall in the movie, there was snakes coming out of the wall, and there's one represented right there, and they also have another one of those down here. I like those pieces, they're really neat. But what's really cool is you'll notice this little knob right here. Now when you lift this up, watch that little hole right there. And there goes a snake dropping out of the wall right there. So now what it is you can take the snake, and on the little back section here you got this little trough. You can put the snake, you can load it up right in this little spot, like that. And then when you lift this knob, it actually angles that and tips it, like that. So you can see it's a very simple mechanism, but it works really well. And they got nice smooth tiles in there so that you can kind of make sure that they slide off. And then sure enough, you can have a snake fall out. And you can probably put more than one in there. I think because the hole is big enough that you can probably fit a couple of snakes in there to make those fall out of there. So later in the scene, Indiana Jones discovers that there's some air coming in. So they need to find a way to get out of this chamber because they were sealed in there. And so Marion's down here trying to keep the snakes away as her torch is burning out. And then Indy climbs up this Anubis statue. Now there's no real good place to really put him, but using the holes on the back of his leg, I think you can kind of stick him up here, like this, kind of represent him at the top of it. Now this is where that other feature comes in with that little knob. So in the movie he knocks this statue over and it knocks a hole in that wall. So that piece of wall is going to fall over and Anubis is going to fall over. So let me get a grip of this and then here we go. And the whole thing just collapses just like in the movie. Now to reset this is very easy. The whole thing just goes right back up like this. So you can see there's a hinged mechanism right here. It's a very easy and simple thing. They got a smooth tile right here so that when this gets lifted, you can see this mechanism. So it makes the it slides on that little edge. So when you set the statue back up like that, that's what makes that fall, just like that. And see how it's tipping it over. The wall itself, it just balances straight up. So all you got to do is just put it right back up here. It's on another hinge right down there. And they're just made to run into each other. So you can just reset it and make it fall all over again. That's pretty cool. So once the wall has a big hole in it, Marion is trying to run through there. Not really a good place to put her. I guess I can put her on the arm of Anubis right here just to kind of demonstrate this next feature. But she ends up kind of grabbing a piece of the wall that she thought was a piece of the wall until she realizes that it's this creepy mummy. Now you'll notice the mummy is stashed up there. So this is another simple mechanism, but by pulling this little knob, you can make the mummy pop out right in front of her, and of course, she is horrified. So this is another simple mechanism. All it is this thing, and it just kind of goes in and out like that. It's just a little post. So you just reset the mummy back up like this. See if I can get a good grip of him here. And then once you get him near the top, you just push this part back in. This little knob goes back in so that that sticks out. And that's what catches that plate from going down. And so now you're ready to scare her all over again, just like that. It's very cool. It's simple, but it works really well. So there we go, the Lego Escape from the Lost Tomb set. This is really cool. Lego's kind of been knocking it out of the park with these Indiana Jones sets. I'm really glad they brought them back. These are sets that are kind of remade from past sets. I think they did these before, but these are just, of course, updated. The best set, of course, being the Golden Idol one. That's the flagship. This set is surprisingly affordable at $40. I'm kind of surprised with Lego's pricing nowadays. I was kind of surprised to see that it was only 40 bucks. And it comes with quite a bit. These sets are kind of hard to get right now as of the making of this video. They were released on April 1st of 2023, and my Lego store has been out since the beginning of April. This is April 17th today. And also the website has had them on back order for quite a while. I managed to get this one on Amazon, and it still took a few extra days to get here, but you know, Amazon somehow managed to have a few of these left in stock. I don't know how it is now. But it's a great set, comes with a lot of cool stuff. Looking forward to the new movie. I hope it's going to be good. I like all the movies. I know that some of the other movies like Temple of Doom and Crystal Skull have gotten, some criticism from fans and stuff, but I like all of them. I think it's really, the whole movie, the whole series is, you're supposed to kind of pass believability on some of it because it's a fantasy thing. So, but I like them. I like all of these. So this is a great set. If you're interested in getting it, I highly recommend it. And it's actually kind of affordable. It's not only fun to play with, but it displays very nicely as well. All right, well, that's it for this video. I hope you liked it. And if you did, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons. I very much appreciate it. So thank you very much for watching. I'll see you on the next one, and have a good one.